Hello friends, this is Amol Khedkar. Today I'll be discussing about the topic that you see on your screen, which says Pakistani doctors urge government to reimpose mosque restrictions. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so that you can get updates about interesting topics around the world and my take on most of those topics on a daily basis. So let's dive into the article. So, Pakistan is still keeping most of the mosques open even after the coronavirus outbreak. And recently, Imran Khan, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, had said that if we don't reopen the economy, we will risk losing our lives by hunger rather than by coronavirus. So Pakistan is a pretty fragile state, as we all know. It's a failed state. Okay. Um, my personal opinion is that whenever in a state you mix religion and state, okay, it's not a good recipe. Okay. So what happens is that if you look at the flag of Pakistan, it says that the state religion of Pakistan is Islam, right? So you cannot have minorities in Pakistan. Okay, that's why there was the Citizenship Amendment Act that included only the minorities that are harassed in Pakistan to come to India. So, leading Pakistani doctors on Wednesday urged the government and clerics to reverse a decision to allow prayer congregations at mosques during the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, warning that the spread of coronavirus could spiral out of control. So, the doctors are warning the clerics that no matter what the occasion, please don't lift the restrictions on mass gatherings. But Pakistan, as it is, it's a they are not listening to any of this. Okay, they are just making sure that the Ramadan thing gets across. Now the fun part in this is that even Saudi Arabia has closed Makkah and Medina at this point. Okay, if you know the news, all of them are closed right now, and they have limitations on how many people can gather at one time in most of the other locations throughout Saudi Arabia. Okay, so even at this time, Pakistan feels that it has to keep all the mosques open. I mean, forget about the religious part of this. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to offend any religion as such. I respect each and every religion that is on the face of the planet. But all I can say is that not just about mosques, but even temples or churches or any other place of worship is closed around the world right now. Just the other day, I heard of a pastor in a church in the southern part of America. Okay, as you know, many southern states in the US are deeply Catholic. Okay, they are very they are very God oriented states in the southern part of the US. Okay, so there was a pastor who said that God is going to protect us, and we are going to have a congregation in the church. And there was a police warrant issued against that guy, and people still gathered, okay, in the church even after an arrest warrant was issued against this guy. So this just goes on to say that religion is a very illogical thing. Okay, any kind of religion, and you cannot have logic in perspective in that. So when people say that Jesus is going to protect me, um, and they gather in the church, there is no logic that can defeat that kind of argument. Okay, so this is exactly what is happening here. So even Saudi Arabia is cautious enough, which is like the hub of Islam in the world. Even it is cautious enough to understand that it has to close its mosques, but that doesn't apply to Pakistan somehow. So, unfortunately, our rulers have made a wrong decision. Our clerics have shown a non serious attitude. This is the Secretary General of Pakistan Medical Association, okay, that is telling the news conference hastily convened by the doctors. Pakistan, the world's second most populous Muslim country after Indonesia, has reported more than 10,000 cases of the coronavirus, including 212 deaths. Both the government and experts may say the peak of infections is expected to hit in May. Okay, so even now, the least they can do is stop gathering at public places. I know it is very hard to contain this virus, okay, but the least they can do is just stop gathering in public places, and that is exactly what Saudi is doing. That is exactly what even India is doing. That is exactly what many other Asian countries are doing. But Pakistan, being a rogue nation, to be honest, a failed state, where many countries have militaries, but in Pakistan the military has a country. Okay, so it's it's the other way around. So last week Pakistan extended a nationwide lockdown for 2 weeks, but eased restrictions on some activities, including key industrial production and mosques. Okay, so they are uh, releasing the restrictions on industrial activities and mosques. So I understand easing restrictions on industrial activities, because uh, even Imran Khan had tweeted that we cannot sustain being closed for a long time because people will die of hunger. So I understand that part of the story. Okay, I don't want anybody to die hungry. But the other part where you are opening up the mosques, that really signals a kind of incompetence on part of the leadership of Pakistan. So that is really pretty astonishing, to be honest. So I would just read a few more things. In a statement distributed by the news conference, doctors called for strict enforcement of lockdowns, urging businesses to bear with the hardships for a few more weeks until the virus can be brought under control. Okay, so as you know, right now in India, the lockdown is extended. So that is needed, because my personal opinion is that is needed, because there is a sort of I mean, if this lockdown was not extended, then the earlier lockdown wouldn't, or it wouldn't have made any sense. So why I say that is because it takes some time for the virus to die down. Okay, so if you look at India right now, India has been able to flatten the curve. Okay, as you can see, even Bill Gates, congratulated Indian PM, Prime Minister Modi, for his efforts in curbing the pandemic. Okay, and the fun part in this is that Bill Gates, just an aside of this topic, Bill Gates, he criticized Trump for pulling funding out of WHO, but he has appreciated Modi. So that just gives you an idea of where exactly we're heading in this world. Last paragraph just says that Prime Minister Imran Khan underwent a test for COVID-19. The result is not yet known. So this is Pakistan. Okay, I mean, you cannot expect anything more from a country like Pakistan, because as we all know, Pakistan was formed out of just a hatred towards India, and they have a deep hatred towards India. And uh, to be honest, Indus Valley civilization is what belongs to India. Okay, right now the Indus River is in Pakistan, which is not just a tragedy for India, but also goes on to say that uh, uh, Pakistan is nothing but an offshoot of India. Okay, it is something. It is a country that was formed uh, after the division of India, which was one of the most brutal, genocides that happened while the partition was happening of India in 1947, and in both the India-Pakistan wars, in the 1971 war as well, uh, you know Bangladesh today exists because of India. Okay, India is the only reason why Bangladesh exists. So even at that point, just look at this. Okay, in 1971 war, America supported Pakistan. Okay, it did not support India in the war against Pakistan. Okay, so to be honest, America is an ally that just cannot be trusted. This again goes on to prove what I've been saying for so long. Okay, so you cannot expect anything more from a country like Pakistan at this point, when even Saudi Arabia, which is the Mecca, like the literally and figuratively the Mecca of Islam and Islamic belief, even that is closing down the mosques. Okay, and Pakistan is just so adamant and it just has reached the kind of level where it just does not listen to anybody. Even Indonesia, which is the largest country, Muslim country in the world, is imposing strict restrictions, but not Pakistan. So yeah, there you go. This is Pakistan. So if you like the video, please like and comment, and do subscribe to my channel so that I can bring these kind of videos to you on a daily basis. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.